Welcome to my quick wins series of webinars. These have been designed, I just wanted 15 minutes, just so we didn't take up too much people's times. Make sure that everyone can get the most from the sessions and get those quick wins, get them rolling. So I will not take up too much of your time. I'm Clayton Wood, a co-founder of Seamlss and also of Business Edge Advisors, an accounting firm that's been around for over 11 years. And obviously inspired, we created Seamlss to assist accountants and accounting firms to onboard and collect data for clients and engage them. So most people's challenges, most firms got the same sort of problems. We're all doing it over email. It's very time consuming. A lot of firms got no standardization process. So it's all driven by the clients pulling on you to either give you that information or send you information, or it's a bit disjointed. Maybe they're dropping off with paper or email. A lot of people just have very little to no standardization. This can also lead to a lot of scope creep. So I'm sure everyone's aware that, more client time, more client interaction just leads to more time. If you can create a bit of better experience for the client from start to finish, reduce your scope creep and mean that there's a little bit more money left on the table for you. So we'll just jump straight into today's demo. I will stop sharing my screen for the minute and share my demo screen. Hopefully this works okay. So everyone should be able to see the Seamlss website. So this is the main dashboard. Let's just go straight to forms. So these are the forms that I've already got within my Seamlss account, all the different variety of ones for today's session. But as an example, I'm also going to show the capital gains one. So within Seamlss, we have a bunch of forms and we have a bunch of templates. So there's dozens of different templates that you can utilize within your firm. Today, we're obviously focusing on the individual tax return. Part of that, as everyone knows, sometimes clients sell houses and things like that. So there's a capital gains questionnaire, collecting all that data you need to do someone's capital gain. I'm going to add this form to my Seamlss account. Go into forms and you can see the capital gains one that I've just created and added to Seamlss. I can edit this. I can change the responses. I can mark them as required. I can change the type of file requests that we're asking. So it's fully customizable. Make the forms your own, put in your own descriptions, give them your own name, whatever suits you. Always looking for feedback to improve and update the forms. So by all means, if you're using Seamlss, hit us up with your feedback to make it better. From there, you can obviously see all the different forms and the templates here. I'm going to go in and send myself a request. So I'm going to go in as Clayton Wood. Because I'm a firm owner, I'm also a client, therefore I can switch between the two. In this instance, Clayton, we're going to start his tax return, and in collecting his data at my firm today, I'm just going to send off the fetch forms that relate to Clayton Wood. So in this case, here we've got Clayton Wood. Here's his individual. He's going to check and confirm these details when process. I'm going to add the forms that I want to collect today. So I want to collect his income and deductions. I also, oh, that was a full form, sorry. So in this case, we've created one where it's everything, and then we've got a breakdown. So sometimes you might say, well, I just want clients' income and deductions. So I'm just going to collect his income and deductions, because generally their health data doesn't change, or you're getting that from the ATO. If you want to confirm health data, you could add that one in as well. So as you know, the ITR is broken up into different sections. The idea of this process is to make it easy for admin members or accountants. On the flip side, you could add one where it's everything all in one form, and we'll show you what that looks like as well. So I'll just add all of these forms so you can see what it looks like. As we talked about, we just added the capital gains questionnaire. So maybe we had that discussion with Clayton when he booked in. He said, I had a capital gains tax. So I'm going to collect that capital gains tax information via the fetch form. And I can keep stacking these forms to collect those different parts of information. Maybe Clayton had his capital gains and he's got a rental property. So I'm going to get his rental property information as well so that I can complete his tax return. Add it in there, done. I'm going to get him to sign the engagement letter, and I'm going to send the request off. So when I hit save and send, that sends Clayton an email. He gets a link, clicks on the link, gets an SMS, and then he logs in and then he gets started. So I'm just going to switch across to the client view. Here is the request that I just sent to Clayton. Clayton will log in, get started, and start filling out the information. He's going to confirm his details. You're going to confirm his bank details so that you've got the correct bank details on your tax return. Save and continue. Here's the tax return information. So you're asking the yes, no questions. So does he have bank interest, yes or no? You can put in the amount. Maybe he's got some dividends and shares. So we're going to upload some files for that. So here's my dividend statement. And I can also put in some information. I received $100. Oops, $100 for that. So you can add in those different parts of information. You can obviously edit this form to suit yourself as well. This is just a data collection tool. You're trying to collect that data that you don't have otherwise. Again, it could be managed funds. So yes, he's got managed funds. Let's collect his managed funds statement. Here is my VAS managed funds statement. Deduction-wise, so this is a very simple version of motor vehicle, 5,000 kilometers to and from work, because you know every client thinks that they can claim that. Obviously, this is the simplified version of data collection. We're asking all these questions in one go. There is a lot of questions in this form, and it can be overwhelming for clients, which is why I recommend you break it up into smaller parts of the form. So whether they've got spouses or kids and things like that. So the form can get quite lengthy. In this case, I've marked them as required, so I have to give answers for that. Income and deductions. This is the one where I've said I've made it really, really long and have lots. To me, I think this one's too long, but I know that some people will want to send it out as one form only. So I've given you that option. Again, you can edit this form and I'll show you how to do that on the fly for the client as well. They are the same questions. I'm not going to go through this in great detail. I've only got 15 minutes. If you have questions, by all means, stick around and ask some questions at the end. Save and continue. I've missed one. Save. It does, obviously, it's taking me back to the problem there. Here's my capital gains tax questionnaire. So we talked about that. Getting that settlement statement for the client. Depreciation items. Making the process easy on the back end for the accounting team so that you're collecting all the documents you need to complete the tax return. Here's the rental statement. So they can put in some information. They can attach documents, rental schedules and things like that. So it might be their rental property calculation sheet, Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is. They can obviously put in the amounts, and that can save you that processing time. You can also ask questions if you think it's a bit odd. The benefit of also with Seamlss is that they're going to sign their engagement letter. So here's all my entries I've signed and completed, and I'm done. Now the admin team will get an email notification to say that Clayton has completed the request, and then they can go into Clayton Wood. Here's the action items. They can go in there and download all those documents. So here's the form. Here's all the income and deductions information. Obviously, I didn't answer all of the questions, so there's not going to be a whole lot in there. With the documents, there's a lot of documents here. I will find the latest one. Here it is down here, the ones that I just created. So I can generate that file, and then I can view and download the file. So the admin team will be able to take this information. Depending on the team member, they might be able to key in some of the information for you or file it into your filing system so that the accountant team can start addressing it and completing it. There is one other way to do tax returns in Seamlss, which is the way I recommend, and that is using the ITR tool. So I will show you what that looks like. In this version, I've got Clayton Wood here. I'm going to send for re-engagement. I'm going to skip the fetch form. I'm not going to use fetch forms. I'm going to use the ITR tool. So here's the ITR tool. The difference with this one is you can upload the pre-fill. If I find my pre-fill, it is here. That uploads the ATO PDF version of the pre-fill, and then I save and send for re-engagement. Again, Clayton will get a link and an email. I'll click on it. Excuse me. He'll go in and start filling in the data. In this case here, I've got a version already done. So Clayton would have clicked on the link, verified his details like before, and then started filling in this one. The beauty of this one is that it's fully built for accounting firms to automate that ITR process. So we're looking up the ANSIC codes. So we're getting the right ANSIC codes for the front cover of your tax return. Are they Australian citizens? Yes, no. It'll ask them questions based on those answers. So you're basically getting an online tax return tool. It'll show the pre-fill. So the client will be able to view their pre-fill information and they can read it and review it. So you've sent it to them. They can confirm it and check and they can say yes or no. They can put comments in as to whether it is or isn't their money. So that pre-fill part is crucial. Then obviously you got your income and deductions. So most are going to have no to salary and wages for any additional income, but then you might have interest where they can put in their interest. So it might be CBA, they had nothing and $100 worth. And then they can obviously attach and upload those documents to support that income or expense. I'm getting there on time. So again, dividends, you know, if they put in the information, it will automatically calculate different parts of it, like the franking credit and things like that. You can put in, attach your dividend statements in there, save and continue. We're asking about crypto. Hopefully the clients are honest with that one. If the client's got multiple rental properties, they're able to put their rental property information in, the deductions, the income, again, attach supporting documents, add multiple rental properties. So if you've got clients with lots of rental properties, you'll be able to collect all that data in one go. Again, it's dynamic. It's built especially for Australian tax returns. So they can put in their to and from work, their descriptions and their vehicle per kilometre. Maybe it's per logbook. So when they select logbook, they have to fill out more information. And that will get you the information you need in order to complete the tax return. So this is a very detailed view. So the other one is very simple, quick and easy for the client, but this one's very detailed, ask more questions, gets you more information. They can obviously attach more documents. It's a lot more systemized and processing for your tax return processes for the end of the year. Again, asking all the questions about spouses, dependents, things like that. And then obviously once they've finished it, they can complete it. They can ask for a date for when they want it finished. They can put in comments and things like that. If you don't do fee from refund, you can hide this selection here and you can save and finish it. Then once you go back into the client, again, he's completed his re-engagement request, he's confirmed his details, put in all of his information for his tax return. Here is the 2024 tax return data. So the information from that are put in there, you can see that the dividend information, you can attach download all the attached files and supporting information, all the health, things like that. So you've got the vehicle logbook information. If I go into the documents, here is the file I just generated. This one. So if I view that file, it'll obviously, you can download that, put it in the folder, and the team can get started building out the tax return based on the data that the client has provided, near on to the level where it's income, deductions, health, spouse, tax return completed. So I've got 1 minute left. The only other option, what you've got, is you can send the request as a single request. So you could select the whole form and edit that on the fly and send that as a single request. They won't confirm their details, they won't sign an engagement letter, but they will give you the deductions and income information just from a single request, and you can send that off as just a simple fetch request, and you can edit the questions on the fly as well. So if it was a one-off and you're like, Clayton had a capital gain and I wanted to just collect that capital gains information because I've done half his tax return, but he's been quite slack, and I can just send the capital gain question in. Maybe he already gave me the invoices for some of that, so therefore I'm done there. Maybe he gave me the stamp duty, so I'm just going to collect these documents and I can send that fetch request off. Clayton can click on the link, log in, and start giving me the details. That is my time up for 15 minutes. Hopefully you can see from today's session how Seamlss will help you with your end of year process. So the benefit of Seamlss is you're going to have less pickup, less put down. You'll have admin doing more of the data collection, cycling back and forth. The accountant's job is to build the relationships. So let them focus on that. Get the other part of the team members collecting the data, create a system, standardized process. So make it, this is the way we do it in that order. So whether it's you're sending custom fetch forms or whether you're sending the ITR tool. The benefit of Seamlss is that you can scale this and you can send it to clients. You can attach the pre-fills, they can confirm the details, they can confirm the data. Just going to bring up all of the questions here. Really wanted to thank everyone for joining us.